We're here for our weekly volleyball press conference. Today we are joined by Associate Head Coach Chuck Ray. Coach, MAC play began with a couple of 3-0 wins on the road against two tough opponents in Bowling Green and Western Michigan. What were some of the keys to victory?
Yeah, we had a real nice weekend, Mike. It was certainly great to open our weekend against Bowling Green and Western Michigan. Both happened to be opening home matches for them because Western was on the road the first match as they were at Northern. So it went to atmospheres that were really, really difficult in terms of being a first MAC home match for those particular opponents. So the atmosphere was intense, and our players were really calm and consistent throughout both matches. I think they took down the crowd noise really, really well, and we were able to kind of set our pace and set our tone. I think against Bowling Green at first, they came out really, really strong, and our match went back and forth. I think we were point for point until, maybe it was 20-20, and we just started to pull away a little bit there at the end. And I tell you what, if you look at statistically wise, our offense has been really, really well distributed, and our setters have done a really, really nice job making sure that our players have, each of our hitters have had a great opportunity to spread out the offense and get some good swings and a lot of one-on-one situations for our offense. And defensively, kind of our linchpin and Maeve McDonald has done a great job in holding down the fort for our defense, and Maris, Bilo, and Stella playing a lot of middle back for us. And then opponents, they try to always take our setter out, and our setter's been doing a nice job digging a lot of balls too. And so offense and defense were really well balanced, which I think is why we were so successful this weekend.
Since that amazing comeback from 3 match points down against Auburn, Miami has not lost another set, and it's now winning 17 in a row. Do you ever talk about winning each and every set, or is the focus more on just winning the match, with set wins being a byproduct of that?
I think when you're a coach and you're in the thick of season, you don't really take a look back at streaks or how we're doing. I think when you're a spectator looking on, I could name another couple of sports teams I enjoy watching, and I could say, wow, that streak is something. But we're only as good as our last victory. And, I couldn't tell you how many matches we won in a row or sets we won in a row, but it is a testament to, again, the balance, the consistency. I think we have a very junior-senior-laden team, so when we go on the road, we've been to these places before. We're used to playing on the road. We had an incredible trip to Europe this past spring, which I think made us a little road test weary, I guess you can say, or we're really, really focused when we were on the road this weekend, too. So, sometimes you get lucky. The ball bounces the right way a couple times, and these streaks can happen. But they can be snapped real quick, too. Can give an opponent motivation to do something a little bit more against us to stop something like that. So it's not something that we certainly focus on, and we'll just enjoy what we have going forward.
It's Beat OU week this week as part of Family Weekend. We get things started with when we play Ohio on Thursday. Yep. Obviously, the Bobcats are one of the traditional powers in volleyball. What can we expect from them this year?
Well, first of all, I'm hoping that since we're playing on Thursday, we can have Family Weekend start a day early, and hopefully those people that come in on Thursday night that maybe came in for another sport will come out and watch us on Thursday night, because it's going to be a great rivalry, as it always is, a great match as usual. OU is a young team now. They're not the veteran team they've been the past few years. They had a setter that was pretty good a couple years last year, and then a couple years ago they graduated a outside that was phenomenal as well too. But they're a team that always brings in great talent. They have a young squad, and young squads can be dangerous because they can certainly gel at the right time. And boy, when they can gel against any team, any night in the MAC, it's such a tough conference that it's going to be a battle. But I know our players were ready for this. We just started scouting video yesterday, and they look like, they beat Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech before conference even started. So coming 2-0 into the weekend after conference play, it's going to be a battle, as it always is, and we look forward to it.
Friday, you have another 2-0 MAC opponent in Kent State. Golden Flashes had a breakout year last season and even beat us on our home floor. Right. What will be the challenges facing them this year?
I can tell you our schedule has not honestly been favorable to us. I say that because, again, I mentioned we had two opening MAC opponent matches last weekend, and this weekend OU comes in, just like we have no opponents playing before us, but Kent comes in, and they did not play the night before, so they will not play on Thursday night. So they're going to be fresh, and a lot could be determined upon how we do on Thursday night. If it's a long 5-set match, some legs could be tired, and how do we bounce back from that particular match on Thursday night to be fresh on Friday night? Last year we never overlook an opponent, but we have such a rivalry with OU that I think a lot of our focus last year, maybe to our own detriment, was a little bit more on OU, and we're certainly not going to overlook Kent State this year. We beat Kent State at their house last year in 5 sets, and then they came here and they beat us in 3. So, we're going to be ready for them. They have a little bit of a mix of a team. They have a senior setter and I believe a senior middle that's leading their squad. And they lost a right side that was very, very productive last year, but gosh, they had a right side that did really, really well this last weekend too. So scouting them as well, which we started doing yesterday. We're starting to put our game plan together and, how we're going to stop this right side again like they had last year, as well as a great outside that they have too. That's going to be part of our matchup. So, our players are looking forward to it. We know we're going to have a lot of alumni in town. We know we're going to have a lot of family in town. I believe we may even celebrate Maeve McDonald, her 1,000th dig, which is pretty phenomenal. The first player here in Miami history to have 1,000 digs after 2 seasons, and her family's excited. So, it's going to be a great weekend, and we certainly hope to get a lot of family in to see our matches, alumni in to see our matches, and just bring family and friends, and you're going to have a great weekend of volleyball.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck this
Great.
weekend.
Thanks, Mike.